You could make a strong case for this style of fishing to be one of the earliest finesse methods. I'm sure many of you recognize that jig head from the thumbnail. Slider fishing was made popular by Charlie Brewer in the early 80s, nearly 50 years ago. That's crazy. Well, many of you may be familiar with this brand because of crappie fishing. However, a slider head with a small worm is a dynamite way to catch bass. In a world where we see finesse fishing rigs, from the Ned rig to the popular jig head minnow, this do-nothing technique cannot be forgotten about. As a matter of fact, because it is so often overlooked, it is the perfect thing to try next time your waters are packed with anglers. Now, the rigging couldn't be any easier. Take a small worm, this one here is a fat baby finesse worm that I cut down to about 4 inches, and then thread it on the jig head with the hook exposed. This one's a 3/16 ounce. That's it, done. The retrieve is even simpler. Cast the lure out, let it hit the bottom, then reel it slowly back in. The key is to maintain bottom contact and let it slide along. Look at this thing dragging across the bottom. In this particular location, it is kicking up a nice silt trail, and as we've talked about in other videos, that type of subtle commotion on the bottom attracts curious bass. It didn't take long at all, and the bass started slurping it up. The rod I was using was a medium light power rating with a fast action. Now, like with any finesse rig, you will catch anything that swims. If you want something with a protected hook point, this is what I switched to. This rig here is a 1/4 ounce mini mag jig head. This has a full-size finesse worm rigged onto it. Now, I used a regular plastisol finesse worm, but a Elastec would work great here as well. And of course, it can be fished the same way. With the angle of the hook in relation to the jig head, it holds the lure up off the bottom just a bit, and I fish it the exact same way as with the slider head. But of course, hops and pops and anything else you want to do all look great fishing like this. If you like to finesse fish, I think you will really enjoy this. Add it to your finesse fishing rotation. We know bass cannot resist tiny, do-nothing types of plastics. It's crazy to think how many bass a Ned rig has caught, and I would fish this in those same places. Now, I hadn't used one of these probably in 30 years, and I have to say it felt amazing winding back the clock and fishing in the do-nothing style and having bass hit it almost immediately. And hey, speaking of Ned rigs, if you want to watch a video that goes over something you can do at the end of your presentation in that last part of the retrieve that really can locate bass, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.